Well, I'm joined now by Husam Zomlot, the Palestinian ambassador to the United Kingdom. 9 months of this now, and going round in circles, Gaza City, and then south, and then back. What has changed now is the British government. What are you saying to them? What will you be saying, or what have you been saying, that you want them to do differently to change this situation?
To do what they have promised to do, to embrace the change they have promised the British public. And I believe they have gotten the support of the British people because of that change they promised, not only domestically, but embracing an ethical foreign policy. And I believe the British people's verdict has been delivered loud, not only in the last elections on Thursday, but also throughout the last 9 months. The vast majority of the British people want to see an immediate and permanent ceasefire. All polls, the vast majority want to see an equal application of international law, accountability and punishment for war criminals. The vast majority of the British people want to see an immediate recognition of the state of Palestine. So what we need them to do is to follow the pulse of the British people.
Is recognition the key thing that you're asking the new Labour government for?
It's a major thing. It's long overdue. We should not even ask for it. This is our inalienable right. But it's also the right thing to do right this moment, because it provides clarity about the way forward. We have got to give people hope. It provides that clarity, but it also levels the field. For 30 years, it's been Israel and the Palestinians. So Israel interpreted that as a license to grab more land, to inflict more ethnic cleansing. This is a time when the British government, the new one, comes and say, here it is. This is our position, particularly in light of the historic responsibility of the UK, the Balfour Declaration, and all that has followed since then. Our story is a story of extermination, Krishnan. And it continues up until that report of yours about Gaza. It's extermination, ethnic cleansing, mass expulsion. Your reporter said the entire population of Gaza have been displaced more than once. This is the first time in history. So we don't need to discuss what is happening for the last century in Palestine. What we need to discuss and to talk to this government about is, what do we do about it?
Right, but this government right now, as we speak, is in Washington. That is the key relationship, as you know, between the British government and any other country in the world. It's the American government. So do you believe the British government is able to actually affect any change?
Well, we are hopeful. We are hopeful because of the clear verdict of the British people. We are hopeful because the labor base, the labor movement, the trade unions are absolutely in line with an ethical foreign policy, including Palestine. We are hopeful because the Prime Minister and the Foreign Secretary happen to be lawyers. The Prime Minister is specialized in international law. We are hopeful that actually, because of all this, they will stick to their promise.
Because Labour also lost seats.
Stick by international law. Labour lost seats.
To people who were campaigning over Palestine.
Five. And I'll tell you, Thursday has really shown the political class here that Palestine matters to the British people. And it matters a lot. And you know what? I was literally so much heartened and inspired by that very loud message by the majority of the British people. And that's why this is a historic moment when the new government can listen to its people and do what is right, and again play a global role as they want to be a source of stability. And that comes through the prism of international law, the prism of the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, the commitment to accountability and punishment, the revoking of the license of exporting weapons, arms embargo immediately.
Well, we will see whether they publish the evidence.
The reversal of some of the steps taken by the last government in the last few days. The last government, you know, they have given an intervention at the ICC, trying to obstruct the ICC from its own mandate of issuing arrest warrants against Netanyahu and Gallant. This government, headed by a human rights lawyer, is expected to reverse that immediately and respect their commitment of the independence of the international judicial system, that is the ICJ and the ICC, and not meddle in that. To the contrary, we expect them to support the course of international justice.
Now, when it comes to representation, we saw that quite rare moment from a woman in that film expressing her anger with Hamas in Gaza. And the problem you have is that the Palestinian Authority is not the authority in Gaza, it is Hamas. So how do you get a voice in this process? I mean, otherwise you're just talking to TV studios.
that the Palestinian people, including that hurt woman, most likely she has lost everything. She has lost her home, her family members. She's been displaced many times, starved. She has the right to criticize Hamas, scrutinize Hamas or any Palestinian groups for that matter. But every Palestinian, including that woman, knows that the issue, those who are doing the mass murder, those who are dropping these bombs, those who are killing our children in these schools, 4 schools have been bombarded in the last 24 hours, not just Al-Aud school. Those who are doing that are the Israeli army. It's Israel. And this is not just the last 9 months. It's a history of 76 years.
But what's your
that woman
proposal
knows.
for the
And
day
that's
after?
why our message to the Prime Minister, the new British Prime Minister, our message to the world, we have got to focus on the root cause now. We have got to forget about the status quo ante, how we bring things back to where they were. We need to think of how do we go into a different direction.
But you're not in the room at the moment, are you? I mean, do you have any communication with Hamas as the Palestinian Authority?
Well, there are dialogues happening in many places, and the dialogue has been ongoing for a long time. But the dialogue has got to yield an understanding of the national direction, yield an understanding of our commitment, yield to an understanding of what is our national project, and the dialogue is ongoing, and it should continue, and it should be successful. Hamas, all other Palestinian groups, is a Palestinian matter. What is an international matter, what is a British matter, what is an American matter is Israel, because Washington and London are backers of Israel, and Israel, since its inception, has been such a militarized society and state, thinking that by doing more violence, killing more innocent people, you have security. Somebody has got to tell them, and this body has got to be the international system, the international judicial system. By killing more people, you will be punished, more innocent people, you will be punished, and that this will not bring you security. What will bring you security is respecting international law, including protecting civilians, and giving up your subjugation and control of the Palestinian people.
We must leave it there. Thank you very much.